What's up guys, my name is Miko and today I will show you how to remix a popular song and make it more of like a slap house vibe, since that's what a lot of people have been doing. And if you want to do it too, then you're in the right place. So let's get straight into the video. Before I get into it though, I would like to ask you to subscribe, since I'm a really small content creator and I only have about 2% of my viewers subscribed. So that would really make my day if you could just scroll down there and press the red button. Thank you so much, and let's head straight into it. So I will be showing you how to remix a song by breaking down my project of my Cool Kids remix, which I did with my good friend Ollie Artley. I have some stems from him in the project, as you can see here and also here. So yeah, first thing you want to do when you start like a remix of a song is obviously find the song's vocal. For me, that was Cool Kids by Echosmith. So
she sees him walking in a straight line, that's not really her style.
Here is the vocal. Then next thing I did, I wrote these chords and I sent them to Ollie. Just for the break. Then Ollie did some work on this and he added bass, which is here. It's like a really simple raised bass, there's a little pitch down at the end, which is nice. Then next in the break we have some ambience, which is always nice. And then some more ambience, some rain samples. And to end this first section of the break, I have an impact. So yeah, that's about it. About here, some snaps get introduced, which Ollie did. And this is how the break sounds altogether.
She sees him walking in a straight line, that's not really her style. And they all got the same heartbeat, but hers is falling behind. Nothing in this world could ever bring them down. Yeah, they're invincible, and she's just in the background.
Then we have a little section here, which is the first chorus of the song. Ollie did this, and it's like really nice. We have some organic instruments, you could say. There's a kick, some percussions. He added a hi-hat. A crash, the bass from the break stays. And we also have an impact, which is like a weird thing. Then I added these chords just to keep it all going, which basically are the same chords from the intro, just chopped. And then I also have a bass, which is just cut to not interfere with the normal bass.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids.
Next up we have the build up for the first drop. We have this cool riser thing, which I did in Serum. I can show it to you. So the way this works is that there's like a weird, I think it's a comb filter, and it just goes up in the frequency, and that's how it works. We have build-up drums, just some simple ultrasonic stuff looped. Actually it was at 100 BPM, but I liked it, so I stretched it. And it works well at 130 in my opinion. we have the chords from the break. There's a simple white noise riser which I made in a 3x oscillator, which is like really easy. The snap from the break comes back, the ambience stays through the whole thing, the bass from the break comes back, and there is a bass with a low cut to not interfere with this bass. And yeah, that's pretty much the build up. So altogether it sounds like this.
Talking with a big smile, but they haven't got a clue. Yeah, they're living a good life, can't see what he is going through. And he said,
So another important thing is the automation of Endless Smile, which is a plugin you can get, and it basically goes up, 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 up. It gives a lot of reverb, and it cuts a bit of the lows, and it basically just makes the drop sound more powerful when it comes in. So before the drop, I have this little thing, the Kashmir impact with sweep, just the part before the impact, to like really get a flow into the drop. Like you get silence,
and he says,
and then you have like a reverse into the first kick. So that's cool. Next up, the drop. So first things first, the drums. For slap house, drums are very simple. You're just gonna wanna have a kick, just thumpy, and like punches through the mix. So in my case, I have a ultrasonic kick. Just basic stuff. Then I have a ghost kick from Secret and Sick Essentials, and a top kick from the same pack. And I have a bit of crowd noise and a little white noise loop before each kick. So this is the loop with the claps. In the second part of the drop, well, first up I have a fill. And then I have hi-hats, ultrasonic, simple stuff, 2 layered hi-hats, and some percussion to go along with it. And that is pretty much the drums for the drop. Next up in the drop we have the vocals, which are actually composed of multiple layers. So we have the main vocals.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids.
These aren't very processed, it's just like simple stuff. Yeah, just a kickstart to give it that pumping feeling and not make it like too clogged in the mix. And then we have all these side layers, which I am going to explain now. So basically they all are either pitched up or down using this unfiltered audio fault plugin. It's like a frequency shifter. I don't know what it does exactly. There's this preset octave down ghost, which basically makes it 1 octave lower, so I've just used that. And then I have 1 to the left and 1 to the right, and they are both extremely distorted, so a lot of like distortion. I have a low cut first, which should always go last, so I made a mistake here. Isotope trash to distort the crap out of sound, Saturn to distort it even more, and Kickstart to like obviously give it the pumpy feeling, and a compressor, because why not. I have one that is 1 octave up, and it has vocal doubler, which failed to load on my new computer, but it's there in the original. Yeah, altogether it sounds like this.
I wish that I could be like the cool.
And these 4 layers make a difference, because if you listen without, it's a little bit thinner, and altogether in the end it's better to have the support layers in the drop, because mainly in slap house you do not have a lead. Basically the vocals are your lead in the drop, so that is what the listener is gonna hear, so you have to make sure it's thick in the mix. Next we have the bass, which is the other main element of the drop. So this bass is a layer that I made in Patcher, so we can look at it now. So this is actually like a high bass. This is multiple basses, Team MBL presets, and some basses that I've probably designed on my own. Processing is pretty standard, just a kickstart. Then what we have next as a layer is a serum, which is just for the, I call it Alec, because I've like learned it from Alec's songs, but it's like bass growl on certain beat. So it's for example, I've put it here, and then we have the low bass, which is one instance of serum, and it's this one. I love this preset, Mike Williams 3. It's like, yeah, it's a cool bass. All of these basses go into this same mixer channel. The processing on this one is a Saturn. To distort it a bit, just a tiny amount, not a lot, just to give it that saturation. Then we have Trash, obviously. This is like a custom curve I've made, doesn't really matter, you can just drag it up and it will do its job. Then we have Pumper 3, which is a plugin that I haven't used in a long time. Just a bit of saturation. Pretty fast distortion, it's a cool plugin, a bit underrated, and then Brooks uses it a lot. Fresh air to give it a bit of like that, yeah, fresh air. And Mag EQ4, this is like a cool EQ. I've basically boosted all of the frequencies because it has like a cool sound, and then I took down a bit the level trim. Then we have the glue to top it all off, and yeah, that's it basically. In the second part of the drop, I added back the ambience from the break. It's just like a background element, obviously has kickstart on it. And then we have this hexagon-y lead, which is just a patcher preset with a lot of stuff. But basically what it is, I can show you. The basic idea behind it is that it's just a normal saw wave like this, but it's filtered instead. So this is the basic hexagon sound for you. Okay, that's that. And basically then there's a lot of layers which are slightly different and all processed a bit differently. I don't even know what this is anymore because I've done it a bit of time ago, but I've saved a preset so I can use it in all of my songs. The processing on this one is a lot of plugins. We have a Pro Q, low cut, stereo low cut, yeah, then we have OTT, because OTT is good. Isotope Trash, classic stuff that I always put on my sounds. Sound Goodizer. Then we have a plugin which fails to load, so we'll never know what it is. RC20, which also fails to load on my new PC. Kickstart, and Fruity Peak controller for the reverb, well, I do my reverbs with automations now, but you can also do them with peak controller like I've done here, and then fruity balance to control the volume. So yeah, without the processing it sounds like this, and with it's like this. So yeah, not really that big of a difference, it's just like a bit of refinement. Yeah, that is pretty much it. All together, the drop sounds like this.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I wish that I could.
So we move on to the second break. We have like a little transition, it's basically just a drum fill I've made and combined with like a spin-in fill. And I Kashmir impact to transition everything nicely together with a sweep. We have the vocals, of course, and then we have new chords which I wrote. They are composed of multiple layers. These are the chords. So yeah, there's multiple layers. I think there's this analog layer from the first break, which should be Serum, I guess. Yeah, it's an ultrasonic preset, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, piano from the first break, bells, and punch in the balls bass, because Jonas said it. And then of course we also have this. So the bells from the first break. So it's all the same instruments, just used in a different manner, and it makes up for something that sounds completely different, although it's the same instruments. So you see how you can use these exact same presets and VSTs and just like have a bit of a different use case for them and make it sound completely different. Here we have like a clap, which is Kashmir. Shouldn't be too much processing on this one, just a reverb. It's like really huge because I like my reverb to be heard on break claps. Then around here we have new atmosphere. I like to add ARPs in the background, and we also have another ambience. So yeah, around here this ARP starts to get introduced. It's just is like an init preset in this imperfect plugin. I just use it sometimes for like ARP init sounding ARPs. Just find it nice. I don't know why, really. Then around here we have the second build-up, which is accompanied by this Kashmir top loop, just to give it a bit of movement. And obviously all the instruments from the break stay. We have an impact to transition, and the ARP gets introduced, and it's like a max cutoff right here.
They're driving fast cars, but they don't know where they're going. In the fast lane, living life without knowing. And he said.
Then the second drop is basically a copy paste of the first drop, except in the second half I have this pattern which is modified, it's edited, and the hexagon lead has slightly more notes. So that's about it, really. And yeah, that is basically the whole project. Yeah, looks complicated. It's really simple. Any beginner can do this style. It's really like easy. It's like a no skill style because it basically requires you to just have a sense of music, and that's it. That's the sense of rhythm. Not really much creative about this. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, let me know down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!